you said something too about the thought of when you tell someone that you practice the fire, and the first thing you think of is they can't do.
Right.
That's because within the fire movement, there's some people that take it to the extreme too.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
I consume some of the content from the fire movement because it's inspirational. But then sometimes, like I read a book, right? It was called The Frugal Woods. I don't know if you've ever seen that book, but it's about a couple who's fire movement, and the stuff they were doing. I'm like, yo,
Right.
like they moved out. They literally moved out into the woods, like moved off the grid. They spent money on absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Right.
Which was, and they say that they admit they're extreme with it, but you don't have to be that extreme. You can still do some of the things you like, but it's about doing what you enjoy, which is why it's a high correlation with minimalism. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that's interesting that you gravitated to that at such a young age, the fire movement.
Right.
So how has that helped you overall with working in 9 to 5 and now moving from not only the employee class, but to the investor class? How has, practicing fire helped you make your first investment?
I think it just helped me exponentially grow. Like instead of, spending that money or not saving or not paying myself first, I was really doing myself a disservice. And I feel like people really don't reach that light doesn't go off in their head till maybe later in life when it maybe is too late. But when you ask me, it's never too late. I just feel that went off in my head where, okay, like I don't necessarily hate my job, but I don't necessarily want to work there for the rest of my life, right? So it was one of those things where, okay, if I can live minimally and, save as much money for a down payment or something along those lines, I put up that down payment, and that's going to be in turn going to an asset that's going to be paying me passive income. If I own it for the rest of my life, that returns, infinite, right? So
yeah,
you gotta look at it that way, right? So that's the way I kind of took on things.
Okay, so when you decided, all right, now I'm gonna save up and buy this investment piece, did you, and talking to you, that your first purchase was a fourplex, which is amazing. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
On getting your fourplex at such a young age. And for the folks out there, how old are you? Just let them know how old you are.
I'm 24.
So this guy's 24 years old. He's working a good job, but he's practicing fire and has already purchased a fourplex. So he's on his way. Where did you purchase your fourplex at? Where is it located? And what did that look like to have to go through with the purchase?
Right. Well, I purchased it in St. John, New Brunswick, so that's my hometown. I just think I had an advantage there because I know the area. I know, what rents to charge. I've rented before in the area, so I know kind of what, three bedrooms or one bedrooms go for. So I purchased it in St. John, New Brunswick. It's a cash flow market. It's not necessarily a market where you're going to see a lot of appreciation. So I would compare that to maybe Indiana or the Midwest. It's a similar environment in regards to investing. And I like that because I'm buying and holding, and I just want to, have basically a unit for every type of expense. So this unit right now is paying for my rent, and the other half is going into my, war chest for the next one, right? Mm-hmm. So I actually closed during COVID. So I closed April 1st. So that was all done virtually, right? And people are like, are you really going through with this? Like, man, this is stupid investment. Like, come on, man. Like, you should save that or put that into stocks or something like that. And I was like, I want something that I can see, something tangible, something I can stand on 10 toes down. Like, it's different when you own something. You can look at the building and it's a kind of a sense of pride, right? And I feel more young Black people like me should get into, like, we gotta start buying tangible things that we can look at, and we got to see, like, okay, this brother owns that, this brother owns that, this brother owns that, and that's the way I look at it. So it's a fourplex. It's a 3-bedroom, 2 3-bedrooms, 2 1-bedrooms. It's in downtown St. John. We call Uptown if you're from St. John, Uptown. And yeah, it's fully rented. It's 2% a month gross rent all day. So I'm loving that, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.